Good morning student, how are you? Hope you are fine. So Bachi, as you know that we have started our chapter number 16. The name of chapter is water. Okay, and we have done up to that the uses of water. There are three types of uses. One is household, second is agriculture, and the third one is industrial use. Now today we will discuss the next topic, that is interchangeability of the states of water. As we know that there are three states of water. What are the three states? One is solid, the second is liquid, and the third one is gaseous state. So how water changes from one state to another state, so that is known as interchangeability of the states of water. That is the changes of water from one state to another state. So today we will discuss about this topic in detail with the help of activities. So watch the video very carefully, then read the same by your own from your book. Okay, so today we need to open the page number 154. The topic name is interchangeability of the states of water. Okay, so let us start the topic. So water exists in all three states in nature. There are three states of water in the nature. It also changes from one state to another. What are the three states? That is solid, liquid and gaseous form. In solid the water is exist in ice form, in liquid it is in water form, and in gases it is in water vapor form. Okay, so these are the three states of the water that exist in nature. So it can also changes from one state to another. So how do these changes occur? What are the different reasons of the changing of the states, and what favor these changes, and what are the different conditions required for the changes? So today we will discuss that things. So there are two types of changes. One is evaporation and the second one is condensation. So these are the two necessary conditions that help us to change the states of water. Okay, so evaporation and condensation of water take place frequently in nature. So there are different reasons for the evaporation and condensation. The changes they occur in the frequently in the nature. So let us take a look of these phenomena in some detail. Now we will discuss about them in detail. The first one is evaporation. Evaporation means when the water changes to water vapor. When the water changes to water vapor, or we can say when the liquid changes into gaseous state. When the water changes into water vapor, or we can say liquid changes into the gaseous state, that is known as evaporation. Okay, so you know that when a liquid changes into vapor, that is the gaseous state. When a liquid changes into the vapor state or a gaseous state, we say that the liquid has vaporized. What we can say, the liquid has vaporized. Vaporized means भाप बन के उड़ जाना. Okay, so vaporization is fast at the boiling point of the liquid. When the liquid boil at its boiling point. Boiling point means ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹ point ਜਿੱਥੇ ਕੋਈ ਚੀਜ਼ ਉਬਲਣੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ, that is known as boiling point. Okay, so it is faster at the boiling point of the liquid, but the change in state from liquid to vapor also take place below the boiling point. मतलब boiling point ਤੋਂ ਹੇਠਾਂ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ evaporation ਜਿਹੜੀ occur ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, but more fast is at the boiling point. Okay, so this is called evaporation. What we call to it evaporation. So you must have observed that a small amount of water spilled on the floor disappears on its own. मान लो कई बार ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਫਲੋਰ ਤੇ ਪਾਣੀ ਡੁੱਲ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਵਾ, but after some time it will disappear automatically. Okay, so where this water goes? This is due to the evaporation. Okay, this is due to the evaporation of atmosphere that the water disappear by its own. Okay, and wet clothes dry when hung on a clothesline. ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਸੁੱਕਣੇ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਤਾਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ, ਜੇ ਜਲਦੀ ਸੁੱਕ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨਾ, why so? Where the water has gone? It is again due to the reason of evaporation. So all this happen because water evaporate into the atmosphere. ਜਿਹੜਾ water ਕਿੱਥੇ ਚਲਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਵਾ, it is evaporated into the atmosphere. Some questions may come to your mind in this context. So some questions are there that come in your mind. So what are these questions? Why do wet clothes dry faster in the sun than in the shade? If we have a wet clothes, then in the sunny area it will become dry faster as compared to the shady area. Then why do they take comparatively long time to dry in the rainy season? But during the rainy season our wet clothes take so much time to get dry ਨਾ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਗਿੱਲੇ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਰੇਨੀ ਸੀਜ਼ਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਾਫੀ ਟਾਈਮ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ ਸੁੱਕਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ. ਓਕੇ, ਸੋ ਵਾਈ ਡੂ ਵੀ ਸੈਪਰੇਟ them out on a close line? ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੁੱਕਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਹੀ ਕਿਉਂ ਪਾਉਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ? ਜਿਹੜੀ ਅਸੀਂ close line ਤਾਰਾਂ ਬੰਨੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਸੁਕਾਉਣ ਵਾਲੀਆਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਕਿਉਂ ਪਾਉਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਵਾ? ਸੋ ਵਾਈ ਡੂ clothes dry faster when there is a breeze? During the breeze the clothes become dry very faster. Okay, so these are the questions that come to in your mind while concerning with the evaporation. Now what are the different reasons why this thing is happen there? So we will discuss that. Conditions. So conditions that help evaporation. In short, the following conditions help evaporation. The first is high temperature. The first condition for evaporation is high temperature. Okay, so the higher in the temperature, the faster is the evaporation of a liquid. If the temperature is high, then there is a faster of the evaporation of the liquid. Okay, during the sunny season, ਜਦੋਂ sun ਚਮਕਦਾ ਪੂਰਾ, during the sunshine area, okay, the temperature is more as compared to the shady area. So that's why there is a more evaporation in the sun area. Okay, then low humidity. ਹਿਊਮਿਡਿਟੀ ਮੀਨਸ ਨਮੀ ਦੀ ਮਾਤਰਾ. ਓਕੇ, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹਵਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਣੀ ਦੀ ਮਾਤਰਾ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਨਾ, ਦੈਟ ਇਜ਼ ਨੋਨ ਐਜ਼ ਹਿਊਮਿਡਿਟੀ. ਸੋ ਏਅਰ ਆਲਵੇਜ਼ ਕੰਟੇਨ ਵਾਟਰ ਵੈਪਰ. ਬਟ ਡਜ਼ ਦ ਏਅਰ ਕੰਟੇਨ water vapor? So but there is a limit up to which it can take up water vapor. So when air contains much less water vapor, then its capacity or its humidity is said to be low. If the amount of water vapor is low in the air, then the humidity is said to be low, or the air is said to be dry. ਉਸ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੀ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਖੁਸ਼ਕ ਹਵਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਰਦੀਆਂ ਗਰਮੀਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਨਾ, ਲੂ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗਰਮੀਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ, that is known as dry air. Okay, so when it contains a lot of water vapor or close to its capacity, the air is said to be humid. ਜਦੋਂ ਹੁਣ ਹਵਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਾਟਰ ਵੈਪਰ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, that air is known as humid. Humid means ਨਮੀ ਭਰੀ air. Okay, ਨਮੀ ਵਾਲੀ ਹਵਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਨੇ ਆਪਾਂ. So naturally humid air can take up less water vapor than dry air. So in other words, evaporation takes place faster in dry air. If we talking about the dry air, then there is a more amount of evaporation as compared to the humid air. Okay, so this is why wet clothes dry faster in summer than in rainy season. ਹੁਣ ਜਦੋਂ ਬਾਰਿਸ਼ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ, ਹਵਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵਾਟਰ ਵੈਪਰ ਉਹ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ, ਉਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹਵਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਮੀ ਦੀ ਮਾਤਰਾ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ. ਬਟ ਡਿਊਰਿੰਗ ਦਾ ਸਮਰ ਸੀਜ਼ਨ there is a less amount of water vapor, the air becomes dry. So that's why wet clothes get dry in the summer season as compared to the rainy season. Then the third reason is a large surface area. Okay, so the larger the surface area, the faster is the evaporation of the liquid. जितना ज़्यादा surface area होगा उतनी ज़्यादा की होगी evaporation होगी. So this is because molecules evaporate only from the surface of liquid. By separating out wet cloth on a cloth line, we increase the surface area of the cloth. ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਰ 'ਤੇ ਸੁੱਕਣੇ ਕਿਉਂ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ? ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੁੱਕਣੇ ਪਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਨਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ surface area ਵਾ, that is going to be increase. So if the surface area is more, then there is a more amount of evaporation. Then the fourth reason is drought. Drought means ਸੋਕਾ. Okay, a drought helps a liquid to evaporate. ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੋਕਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਨਾ, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਲਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ evaporation ਜਲਦੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ. ਹੁਣ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੰਨ ਲਓ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਤਿੱਖੀ ਧੁੱਪ ਚਮਕਦੀ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨਦੀਆਂ ਵਗੈਰਾ ਦਾ ਪਾਣੀ ਉਹ ਸੁੱਕ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਨਾ, so why so? Because there is a more amount of evaporation. Then next is condensation. Condensation is the opposite of the evaporation. In evaporation, water changes into the water vapor, or we can say liquid changes into the gases. But here the gases changes into the liquid again. When the gases, or we can say water vapor changes into the water, that is the opposite of the evaporation. So condensation means a change in state from gases to liquid is called condensation. When the water changes from gases to liquid again on cooling, evaporation on heating and condensation on cooling, that is known as condensation. So if you place some ice cube in a glass or take out bottle of water from a fridge ਜਦੋਂ ਮਨ ਅਸੀਂ ਗਰਮੀਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਫ੍ਰਿਜ ਚੋਂ ਬੋਟਲ ਬਾਹਰ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਨਾ what we will observe ਜਾਂ ਬਰਫ਼ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਗਲਾਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ the walls of the glass or bottle will look hazy ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਬੋਟਲ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨਾ ਬੋਟਲ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ walls ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਵਾ ਉਹ hazy ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ hazy means ਜਿਹਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਤਰੇਲ ਜੀ ਪੈ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਪਾਣੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜੰਮ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਵਾ ਇਕੱਠਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਵਾ ਓਕੇ so this is because droplets of water collect on the outside of glass or bottle making it hazy why it becomes hazy because there are some droplets of water ਹੁਣ ਦੇਖੋ ਆਈਸ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਫਾਰਮ 'ਚ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ ਦੈਟ ਇਜ਼ ਇਨ ਦਾ ਫਾਰਮ ਆਫ ਸੋਲਿਡ ਫਾਰਮ ਹੁਣ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੋਲਿਡ ਨੂੰ ਬਾਹਰ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਆਈਸ ਦੇ ਦੁਆਲੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗਲਾਸ ਦੇ ਦੁਆਲੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇੱਕ ਡ੍ਰੌਪਸ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਜਮ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਵਾ ਦੈਟ ਇਜ਼ ਡਿਊ ਟੂ ਦਾ ਕੰਡੈਂਸੇਸ਼ਨ ਆਫ ਦਾ ਵਾਟਰ ਓਕੇ so making it look hazy if you leave the bottle or glass for a few minutes the droplets combine to form bigger drops ਜੇ ਮੰਨ ਲਓ ਅਸੀਂ ਗਲਾਸ ਨੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਕੁਛ ਚਿਰ ਪਿਆ ਰਹਿਣ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਡ੍ਰੌਪਸ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਉਹ ਬਿਗਰ ਡ੍ਰੌਪਲੈਟਸ ਕਿਚ ਕਨਵਰਟ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਵਾ ਕਨਵਰਟਡ ਇਨਟੂ ਦਾ ਬਿਗਰ ਡ੍ਰੌਪਸ ਸੋ ਬੀਇੰਗ ਹੈਵੀ the drops trickle down and collect at the bottom ਤੇ ਹੌਲੀ ਹੌਲੀ ਨੀਚੇ ਆਉਣੀਆਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਨੀਚੇ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਬਾਟਮ ਦੇ ਇਕੱਠੀਆਂ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਗੀਆਂ ਓਕੇ ਸੋ ਵੇਅਰ ਡਸ ਦਿਸ ਵਾਟਰ ਕਮ ਫਰੋਮ ਹੁਣ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪਾਣੀ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਡ੍ਰੌਪਲੈਟ ਦੀ ਫਾਰਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਣੀ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਵਾ ਫਰੋਮ ਵੇਅਰ ਇਟ ਕਮਸ ਫਰੋਮ so it comes from the condensation so it comes from the surrounding air ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਲੇ ਦੁਆਲੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਹਵਾ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ so that it comes from that surrounding air so air contains water vapor which condenses on being cooled ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹਵਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵਾਟਰ ਵੈਪਰ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਠੰਡੀ ਹਵਾ ਦੇ ਸੰਪਰਕ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ it's going to be condenses okay so that process is known as condensation so these are the two processes of the water okay one is evaporation and the second is condensation that help us to change the state of the water that is from solid to liquid and liquid to gases then again gases to liquid and liquid to solid so there are two types of condition required one is evaporation that is on heating and one is condensation that is on cooling so you need to read these topics by your on page number 154 155 and 156 up to this one activity so I will send a separate video of the activity with you okay bachi so this is your homework for today thank you have a nice day